The police came. They looked around. They saw nothing, no marks, no broken objects, no evidence. They left, and she was alone again, with a man who had not touched her once, and had destroyed her completely. He never raised his voice. He never threatened her. He just controlled everything. What she ate, who she saw, where she went, what she thought. And when she finally told someone, they said, "But he never hurt you." They were wrong. This is the most dangerous form of abuse in the world, because it leaves no marks anyone can see. In 6 videos, we showed you every visible weapon, the dark triad personality, gaslighting, trauma bonding, the halo effect. But what about the weapon that leaves no evidence? The one that courts cannot prosecute, that friends cannot see, that victims cannot prove. Today, coercive control. This is Amara. When Amara married Khalid, her friends said he was devoted. He drove her everywhere. He called to check in every hour. He bought all the groceries himself. It looked like love. 3 years later, Amara realized she had not driven a car in 2 years, had not seen her sister in 8 months, had not made a single financial decision alone. Every time she tried, something happened. He would get quiet. Not angry, just quiet, cold, distant, until she reversed her decision. She described it later as walking on glass that you cannot see. You do not know where the danger is. You just know it is everywhere. So you stop moving. You stop deciding. You stop existing outside of what he allows. And the most terrifying part? When Amara finally reached out to a domestic abuse helpline, she asked them, "Does this count?" "He has never hurt me." The counselor said, "What you are describing is one of the most severe forms of abuse we document." Amara did not believe her, because there were no marks. There never are. Coercive control was first defined as a legal concept by Professor Evan Stark in his 2007 research. He described it as a pattern of behavior that seeks to take away the victim's liberty or freedom and strip away their sense of self. Not a single incident, a pattern. And here is what makes it fundamentally different from physical abuse. Physical abuse leaves evidence. Bruises fade, but they existed. A court can see them. Coercive control leaves psychological evidence only. Anxiety, hypervigilance, loss of identity, inability to make decisions, none of which a court can photograph. In 2015, the United Kingdom became one of the first countries
to make coercive control a criminal offense, punishable by up to 5 years in prison, because the law finally recognized what psychology had known for decades. You do not need to raise a hand to imprison someone.
You just need to make them imprison themselves. Neuroscientist Sarah Jane Blakemore found that chronic psychological control physically alters the brain.
The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, shrinks under sustained coercive control. The victim literally loses the neurological ability to make independent choices. This is not weakness.
This is what sustained psychological imprisonment does to a human brain. Sociologist Michael Johnson identified 4 types of intimate partner control in 2008. But it was his category of intimate terrorism that described what Amara experienced. Intimate terrorism is not conflict. It is not arguments or tension. It is one person, systematically and deliberately, using every available tactic to dominate another person completely. Johnson found that intimate terrorism is almost exclusively used by one gender against another, and almost exclusively goes unrecognized, because it looks like love, until it does not. And by the time it does not, the victim's brain has already been rewritten. Judith Herman, who you heard in video 3, described this as complex trauma. Not the trauma of a single event, the trauma of 1,000 invisible moments, each one alone meaning nothing, together meaning everything. Amara left. It took 14 months of weekly therapy before she could make a decision without waiting for his reaction. She got her driving license back. She called her sister. She chose her own clothes, for the first time in 3 years. She described those moments as revolutionary. Not because they were large, because they were hers. Coercive control is designed to make you disappear while still being present, to make you a passenger in your own life. But here is what every person who has survived it knows: the self does not disappear. It waits. Coercive control is designed to make you disappear while still being present, to make you a passenger in your own life. But here is what every person who has survived it knows: the self does not disappear. It waits, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, but it waits. And the moment you are safe enough to listen, it is still there. Subscribe, because next week, we show you the tactics used to silence that self and exactly how to hear it again.